Greetings everyone, this is Alt Lexington playing a different character today than my usual. This isn't my main, this is another one, a Tactical Federation. My usual is a engineer. I'm playing the episode Armistice, which is the second episode from the Gamma Quadrant story arc. I'm using a Hestia class with a cannon turret build. If you want to see the full build, you can watch the previous episode in this playthrough series where I played Stormcloud's Gather. Now, I just tried to record this episode. I've already played this episode on this character, this Armistice. And I just tried to record it, but I realised I forgot to switch my microphone on. So there I was, chatting to myself all the way through the episode, and the microphone was off. So now this is my second attempt to play through this episode on this character. So as you can see, I've already got the reward from the last playthrough. But now my microphone's switched on, so I can play it again. And see if I do any better, because the last episode was a bit of embarrassment because I kept dying, and I'll probably do that again this time. But anyway, second try is a charm, so let's hail. Let's press the replay button.
I need your help with a very sensitive mission. A former Kai, Opaka, was trapped on a prison moon in the Gamma Quadrant in 2369. Alien nanotech in her system prevents her from leaving the moon, but it also sustains her life indefinitely while on the surface. It seems the wardens of the prison were planning on curing and granting amnesty to the prisoners until their planet was decimated by the Herc. Somehow, the Dominion managed to obtain the cure, and they've provided it to us as a peace offering. The moon hasn't been hit by the Herc, but it's only a matter of time. We need to cure Opaka and the others and get them out of there before that happens.
So, that's the reward you get from this episode. Makeshift polearm. I've already got it because this is my second attempt on this character to play it. Because the first attempt the video wasn't very good due to me forgetting to switch my microphone on. So let's go to the Gamma Quadrant and try this again. Hopefully I can be heard this time. Okay, the Alt system. Is that OL or OI? I can't see, my eyes aren't very good. OL. So it's Alt system instead of Alt, like me. There's my Hestia class. Beautiful ship. Got hit hard by the Nerf apocalypse that happened a while back. But it's still good. Now, flying to this episode doesn't take you directly to the prompt to start the episode, so you still have to fly around this sun to get to it. It's this planet down here. There it is. Begin Armistice. I'm repeating this nearly, 10 minutes after I tried it last.
I suggest scanning the prison moon and its satellite network. They might have fixed the design flaw we exploited here years ago to bypass their defenses.
This should be interesting.
Those satellites could cripple a Starfleet runabout with one shot back then. I'd rather not find out how powerful they are now, if you don't mind.
Agreed. Helm, take us to scanning range. Yep. It's going to be a bit tedious for me having to play this twice in a row to get the video. But it's my own damn fault for forgetting to put the mic on. Nice and slow. Scan the moon.
Looks like the satellite weapon and defense systems were updated to deal with modern vessels, but they still have the same flaw that Mars O'Brien took advantage of years ago.
Interesting. Tell me more.
You should be able to distract the satellites by firing probes near their position. Distract enough of them, and you'll clear an area long enough to safely beam down an away team.
Acknowledged.
Picking up some debris clouds from Herc ships in orbit.
The Herc have already been here and tried to make their way through. And there's debris, so they could be down there. Possibly. And you see the satellites following?
Past the satellites. We should be ready.
Now for the second probe. If you can hear banging in the background, it's my neighbours making noise. Ignore it. Alright, almost there. There we go. Fire the next one. And the satellites follow it, opening up a window.
Looks like O'Brien's trick still works. The satellites took the bait and we have a safe transport window.
Bring us to transporter range. Helm. Meaning I've got to fly the ship. The helm's not going to bring us there. My keyboard's going to bring us there. Nice and slow. We don't want to go too fast and provoke anything. Not that we would.
We're in position. I recommend we bring some pattern enhancers along. Local interference can make it tough to get a lock on, and we might have to leave in a hurry.
Kira, you do realise that if we find Kai Opaka, you'll be out of a job because you're in her job.
Alright, the doctor and I are ready to beam down when you are. Though I can't say I'm thrilled to see that moon again.
Okay, I'll beam the two of you down and I'll wait here. Not really.
Ah, the wreckage of the Yangtze Jiang. Or what's left of her, rather. Looks like the locals have scavenged everything of value from the old girl. Unlike her, they can never die thanks to the nanotech inside of them.
Sometimes I'd like to beam down to a planet and get a chance to have a look at the view before a dialogue pops up. Until we provide the cure.
Right. The last time we were here, the prisoners were eager to be cured, if only to get the chance to kill their rivals off for good. I'm hoping that Opaka has shown them a better path in the time she's been here among them.
You can bet she has. She's a blooming hero, apparently. Now I get to look at the view. Oh, isn't it wonderful? Very dusty. And that's the runabout they were on about, the Yansikian, I think they called it. Looks like it's been picked bare since it crashed. Probably built a few makeshift huts out of it, the locals. Into the dark depths of the cave. Hey, they've got to put a fire here.
Herc life signs dead ahead.
Oh, good call out there, Bashir. Kira, it's safe to come out now. I thought you were a trained officer.
I just ran a medical scan on these Herc. They're not regenerating. There's no sign of the alien nanites in their bodies. Something in the Herc genetic makeup isn't compatible with the nanites. I suspect it only works on humanoids.
Well, isn't that convenient? We get to kill them. Open door. Wouldn't it make sense if they're full of nanites, the humanoids around here? During their war, they should have shot each other with EM pulses to disable the nanites, and that would have killed them. Yikes, there's more of them. The Herc aren't that tough at the beginning of this episode. It's only when you get to the end that they get a bit tough and start killing me. I noticed that in the last playthrough. Although this character seemed to have more trouble with them than my other characters.
We're here to help. Keep fighting!
Yeah, at the beginning of this episode, the Herc seem a lot easier than than at the end of this episode. Scan fallen prisoner. He's dead, Jim. Let's resurrect him.
I think you'll find that she'll be in good health within moments. The healing nanites are quite effective. In fact, they seem to have become more efficient than they were last time I was here.
Isn't that wonderful? They've all been Borgified.
You can relax. I'm fine now. Really.
Yeah, shake it off. You just
made
died.
it. Good. The Kai's been expecting you.
She has?
Yes, she's had a vision about you coming here.
More visions.
Come with us. We'll take you to her. Unless you'd rather stand around here until more of those things show up.
That won't be necessary. Lead on. So, more visions. They must be nuts. And that female prisoner that just died. Well, she can just walk it off. It's like Captain America says. If you're injured, ignore it. If you die, walk it off.
The Kai's waiting for you. In the temple ahead.
Oh yeah, typical religious arsewipe making a temple.
Welcome. It's been some time since we've had peaceful visitors. And Kai Kira, it's been too long. Truly, the prophets have smiled upon us today. Indeed they have. We have brought the cure. You'll be able to live a normal life away from here. You'll be free. And we have something to bring with us. A miracle.
I thought all the orbs were recovered.
Yes, a blessing from the prophets. The Orb of Peace. Through it, we ended the war between Ennis and Noel Ennis.
Didn't stop you being invaded by the Herc though, did it?
As you can see, our peace has been shattered by the arrival of the hostile aliens. We have tried to speak with them, to find reason, but we have failed. We don't even know their name.
Well, that one's Bob, and that one's Jim, and that one's Mark, and that one's Spidey.
They're called Herc, and there's no reasoning with them. They attack and devastate every world, every species they encounter. We need to get you and your people out of here as soon as possible. I see. We must take the orb with us as well. I can't have it falling into the hands of such a warlike species. It would be like the occupation all over again.
Why? I thought it was the Orb of Peace. Wouldn't it pacify them?
That's not going to happen. I won't allow it, and neither will my friends. We can administer the cure to everyone in groups. With your permission, we'll start right away. Very well. Begin the procedure. I'm sure many of us are eager to leave this place and begin a new life together.
Understood. Right, time to hand out the drugs. Hey, you take 2 of these and call me in the morning.
Some time ago.
Whoops! I have clicked that one by accident. He was talking about some time ago he used to be a bastard, but now he's not anymore because the Kai showed him a better way.
After all this time, to live a normal life, It's like waking up from a really bad dream. I can think about having a family again. An actual family. I don't know what else to say except thank you.
A normal life, you say? Normal is what everybody else is, and you are not. Here, I can do you a good deal here. I got something for you. It'll only cost you a few quid.
The cure, huh? Well, this cure had better work, friend. Or we won't be friends no more. Get me.
That's gratitude for you. She's been smoking too much. Yeah, snort that. It'll make you feel better.
Then it's true what the Kai saw in her dreams. Those visions. The prophets sent us the orb, and now they sent you with our deliverance from this horrible place. Truly, the prophets smile upon us all.
Let's hope that good fortune continues. Now about my payment. Alright mate, everybody around here says they've been having visions. I don't want you to feel left out, so here, have some LSD.
Is this for real? This cure? They talked about it a little after the Kai arrived, but I thought it was a myth. Never thought it was actually real. So, I can die now. Funny, I never thought I would. And now that I can, I'm a little scared. Is that strange?
Not really, most people are. But if you'd like me to assist, I can easily just pop you off just like that. Hey, eat that.
When they put me here, all I knew was war. I don't remember why it started, just that there was us and the Ennis had to die. Even when the Kai came, I didn't believe. But when they found the orb and people stopped killing, things changed for me. Guess there's something to faith after all. Anyway, thanks for everything.
Yeah, it's nice to take drugs to enhance your faith.
Looks like you're down to 1 dose of the cure. Use that to inoculate the Kai or Parker, that is. I'll administer the cure to the rest here.
Acknowledged, Doctor. Kai! Kai, how you doing? Kaya? I got something to enhance your faith. You ever went on a vision quest? Yep. There are tribes on Earth who like to take drugs to enhance their religious experience. Here's some for you.
You have my thanks for all you have done for us today. May the blessings of the prophets be yours.
No thanks, I don't believe in mass organised religion. I believe everybody has in their hearts what is expected of them. For some that's mass organised religion, for others it's a more lonesome journey.
Those things are attacking! Defend yourselves!
Don't call them things, that's racist. They're monsters. Ooh, get out of the circle! Must have used all his energy up creating that circle. So his hit points went down bad.
Rolling's down! Medic! Someone help him!
Oh! A moment ago when I played through this without my mic, this guy didn't fall down when he died. He was standing there dead. It was a little bug.
I'm afraid he's dead. There's nothing we can do for him.
Ah, that first dose was a whacking big one. He must have
Though we will
overdosed.
mourn the loss of our friend Colin, we can take comfort knowing that, at long last, he was able to leave this place for a better one. He is finally at peace, and his path will join the prophets in the celestial temple.
Are you sure he's joined the prophets and not gone to his own people's afterlife? Maybe they're all Satanists. It's a legitimate religion. Admiral, a small Herc vessel was able to make it past the satellite network. You're going to have company down there soon. Right, clear a transport window for us. Not an option. The Herc ship getting through, plus our earlier deception, put the defense grid on high alert. The probe trick isn't working on the satellites. What's the new evac plan? We're attempting to hack the satellite command network. Once we're done, we'll be able to close to transport range and beam you out safely. There's still a lot of interference, however. If you can get back to the initial transport site and activate pattern enhancers, we'll be able to get a better lock on your position. Understood. Keep me updated.
The doctor and I will stay with Opaka and her people in case the Herc make another attack here. Once you've cleared the way to the transport site, we'll join up with you there.
Oh yeah, you stay there while we go off and be heroes. Don't bother helping. Religious people, they love to start wars, but once the fight shooting starts, where are they? Yeah, as you can imagine, I got a bone about religion. Well, mass organised religion. Right, where's the big one? There he is. Now don't jump down here. You'll only get yourself killed. You might as well just fight from up here. Grenade! Whoa, that was a nice shot. That grenade really hurt him, allowing a shot to get through his defences. Ah, that was good. This next part is where I was dying a lot in my playthrough earlier on this character. And I was moaning and grumbling, not realising the mic wasn't on. Backing away to a safe distance, but not too far. I'm being very careful this time because I died so much last time. And it died. I didn't press my hypo quick enough. I saw my health going down. Thought I better press a hypo, but I didn't do it quick enough. What happened there? I did it again. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. All my other characters got through this quite easily. And they're not as powerful, some of them. Wow, that one's tanking it up. Jesus. Hypo. Some of these are tanking it up really big. something's changed since I must have played since a few days ago when I played this on another characters. Thanks for that. Come on, Hypo. And again. This character doesn't like this part of this episode. And why do we respawn so nearby? I just gotta rinse and repeat, I suppose. See? Down again. Come on, you can't make an infinite stream of spawns, can you? What is with the hit points on these things all of a sudden? And the attack power. This is what happened in the last episode. Sorry, not in the last episode, in the last playthrough of this episode. I think those goldy coloured ones keep the other ones alive.
Everyone made it out in one piece. Enhancer so we can beam out safely. There's no telling when the Herc will send reinforcements down.
Now, none of my other characters had this much trouble getting through this part of this episode. But this character has had that trouble twice now. And some of my other characters weren't anywhere near as powerful as this character. Not that this character is super powerful. Something must have changed since my last playthrough. Still, I didn't die as much as I did on my earlier attempt without the microphone. But I did die a fair bit. So much for normal setting being for the casual player. Right, space at last. I died in space here in my earlier playthrough as well. Still, that's part of the game. Gotta expect to die. Can't win them all, Scotty. Hasselhoff. Can't win them all, Hasselhoff. Come on, load it up. It's a good episode though. Fun, just not on this particular character. Right. Let's get a nice torpedo spread for him. Oh, for God's sakes. They took my buff away from me, as they always do. target it? Auto-targeting is dreadful. Turret kill. Right. Well, I was going to give myself time to rest, but it auto-targeted without me even asking it to. What did he just say? Make it happen. Picking up some Herc at long range, a lot more. We ready program?
Let's
Right.
make the ship hand the satellites and lure the Herc in.
Well, I would if they'd stop shooting at me.
Just in time. Here they come.
I got no heal. I really screwed this episode up. Ah, this is another one of waiting out the clock, so you shouldn't really engage too hard. That was a timely launch, at least. I'm in the atmosphere. I'm burning up, Jim. I'm burning up. Keep doing that while my hull is low. Another spawn. I sometimes get too concerned with picking up loot during combat instead of waiting until after combat's done.
Let's get the rest of Opaka's people out of the colony while we can. The Herc might send a larger force to finish us off.
Agreed. Transport control. Energize.
I'm glad I was able to administer the cure to the remaining prisoners while you were clearing a path to the transport site. Everyone is safely aboard and mortal for the first time in many years. I've never seen so many people overjoyed to learn that eventually they'll die.
Well, I'm glad you had a nice day.
Thank you, Julian. It means a lot to me to have everyone out safely, especially Opaka. We have a lot to talk about, her and I. For now, I think we should return to Deep Space Nine before the Herc come back to settle the score.
Yes, let's return home and lick our wounds.
Welcome to Deep Space Nine.
I wonder will there one day be a Deep Space 10?
Emissary.
Cisco.
Our paths meet again.
Hello, Ben. It's good to hear from you.
Cisco's still out there. Part prophet. Creepy. And he knows. He's been watching. Pervert. Yeah, I truly don't understand why this character is having much more trouble surviving that ground herc stuff than my other characters did. It's odd. But then it's a tactical character. I'm used to engineers and things, and maybe I'm not clicking my tactical abilities enough. Because they do improve things. I mean, they did take out one of the herc pretty well when I used them. Anyway, hail and see
I'm glad we were able to return
what we
Opaka
get.
to Bajor safely. She's determined to follow the will of the prophets and establish a new place of worship in the Gamma Quadrant near the wormhole. Odo assures me that the Dominion are open to discussing this. We'll see. Many of us have not forgotten the fate of the new Bajor colony and the Dominion's role in that. As for me, my time as Kai is coming to an end. Opaka is the Kai that Bajor needs now. I intend to guard the Celestial Temple from the Herc and anyone else who would destroy the home of the Prophets. Best place to do that is Deep Space Nine, as part of Starfleet. I'll be Captain Kira the next time you see me. Thank you again for helping me bring Opaka home. I owe you one.
So she's stepping down from her position as Kai in order to let Opaka resume that position. I've often thought that the Bajorans and the Klingons have a lot in common, because both races were farmers until they got conquered by outside forces, and they became warriors to overcome their conquering forces. Both races. And now both races have a leader when a previous leader turns up who has right to the throne, so to speak. The difference is the Bajoran leader is stepping down, whereas Jem'Hadar didn't step down for Martok when he should have. But the Bajorans and the Klingons do have a lot in common. And they're both religious species, except that the Klingons killed their gods, whereas the Bajorans didn't. Anyway, we don't want to get this one because we've already bought it. Because I played this episode earlier and forgot to put my mic on. So, something to salvage. There we go. Now these are the rewards I got, starting here from this one and going all the way along here. I got 4 or 5 more rewards the first time I played it through. But this, from the first time I played it through, was that polearm special weapon from this episode. 52 physical damage, 2% chance, 2% severity, 20% severity. I've tried playing this on another character, it's not that great. Although one of these episodes does give a really good ground weapon, but not this one. And 192 dilithium, it would have been 380 something up if I had on the first playthrough. Anyway, that was episode Armistice, the second episode of the Gamma Quadrant story arc. And thanks for watching. I hope I haven't bored you to death, and I hope my dying isn't too embarrassing for me. But must remember, this isn't my main character and doesn't have all the fancy gear that my main has. But thanks for watching anyway. Until next time, part 3, where we'll play... What's the next episode of playing part 3? The Search. Until then, bye.